Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because we about to take off. Hi, my name is George Abuhamad, and I went to Thessaloniki, Greece for my first semester of college. While the majority of my graduating classmates drove off with a car full of family and bedsheets for their typical freshman year, I chose the path less traveled. Equipped with a laptop, calculator, and about 2 weeks of clothing inside a single suitcase, I flew 6,000 miles across the world to a foreign country which I had never visited before. I was excited to get out of the house after the long summer, but my feelings wavered as the date of departure approached. Envious of my friends' updates on Facebook about beginning this new chapter of our lives, I waited out the end of summer alone. However, the thought of leaving my friends, family, and home for 3 months allowed me to enjoy every last minute in Texas. Either way, I was well prepared for the program, having lived overseas for the majority of my life and having worked all summer at an overnight camp in New Hampshire. The friends I have made this semester really solidified the experience that I had. Initially, I felt completely lost in the big group of kids around me, but soon I was surrounded by people who genuinely cared about everyone and everything. After all, we did live together on the top 3 floors of the Queen Olga Hotel. Getting your room clean every day is pretty sweet, but the best part of the hotel was the STEM living learning community. I was surprised by how much reviewing from my high school classes I ended up doing, but I clearly needed it. Almost every day before dinner I ran along the crashing waves by the boardwalk, the pride and joy of Thessaloniki. I raced bikers, dodged fishermen, and got chased by dogs. Greeks generally kept to themselves, but always enjoyed playing along as I struggled practicing a new phrase I had learned from Greek class. Luckily, the majority of Greeks spoke English anyway. I expected Greece to resemble Paris and other Western European countries I was familiar with, but I discovered that there was a large Eastern influence, leaving Greece in the middle of the spectrum. Due to being powerless to meaty Euros, dropping off and picking up weekly laundry, and going out to bars with friends, it didn't take long for relationships to form with some local establishments. These are my global study classmates. Our mission was to learn and then advertise the fun of Greek folk dancing to Greek youths and hope to bring folk dancing back to the mainstream. I was so upset. I couldn't understand the connection between dancing and service, and I did not want to dance. Well, secretly I did. At every class we were joined by several young Greek men and women, and we all danced together. The instructor, Yorgos, explained that Greek folk dancing was more powerful than just a performance. It brought the community together and spread infectious joy to everyone nearby. It was true. No matter how hard I tried to stay in a negative mindset, after joining hands and yelling a few oppas, I couldn't stop grinning. The past 3 months I visited 5 countries, learned 1.5 new languages, completed a semester of college, and gained invaluable cultural knowledge, not to mention countless friends. What have you done?